Alright, so there's a topic I want to talk about, and this is just completely raw thoughts that I'm having overall throughout my experience of playing the game. Diff per hour is completely toxic in my opinion. I mean, it's just something that I think that has to be said, because if you look at most of these guides telling you like how to farm something, but like their main objective is saying that, oh, this is 12 diff per hour while this is 11, so it's a shit method of actually farming, because you make 1 diff per hour here, you play a game for 8 hours, that's, you know, 8 divines difference already. So I'm just thinking, like, we can't treat playing games as another job. If you are that type of person, then that's okay. But I'm talking about the majority of people that have a, let's say, 8-hour shift of work. They come back home, make dinner, sit with their kids or anything, or just spend time with their girlfriends and wives. I know I'm bold to assume that PoE players have girlfriends and wives and kids, but still, a lot of them I know do. You just want to sit down and relax. And then you look at these guides and you have this false idea, this false pressure applied to every other player from these guides. I'm not pointing any fingers here. It's just like a majority of I've been seeing a trend of diff per hour. I haven't really been seeing diff per hour, you know, a year ago or 2 years ago. It's just something that recently has been catching my eye. It's just like, oh, use breach farming. Breach farming is the best. No, go div farming on strands. No. You need to MF in Crimson Temples. This is the best way. Like, I understand that in PoE there's all of these different methods that you can farm something. There always was and always is. If you want to only go Alva, you can only farm Alva. If you only want to do June missions, you can do June missions. If you want to go Delve, you can go Delve. There's such a variety of things that you can do in Path of Exile that it makes this div per hour thing make people shift from what they enjoy into what they feel like they must do. And that is like the most important like thing that I feel affects a lot of the players, is that they do, and then they enjoy the game, they play the game, they get into end game content, and then they're like, oh, okay, well, obviously I want a mage blood, I want a good build, I want so many insane items, I want a mirror tier item, I want to farm a mirror. What's the best way to farm a mirror? Well, probably efficiently getting a lot of money. But is your main goal actually getting the mage blood but feeling like shit, or getting it, or actually just like doing what you like and farming it? If for me it's just like a complete psychological thing that I've been telling some of my clients I've had, because I also sometimes do coachings on Fiverr as an extra thing, just sharing my experience and everything else. If anybody has any questions. And like I saw a lot of people being stressed. This is why I also want to address this topic. I see a lot of people being stressed about not being efficient in Path of Exile. There's a lot of ways to be efficient, but it's more like the efficiency is starting to dwell on a lot of players. And when it's dwelling so much on all of these players, it starts to be exhausting. It starts to be just tiring. And after you're already tired, after a long day of work, after doing so many things, you want to relax and you play games to enjoy them. Like the whole idea of the concept of gaming that has been lost throughout the past couple of years is this pressure that you need to hit those dailies. You need to do those things. If you don't do dailies, if you don't do weeklies, you'll be behind. If you don't farm this, if you don't farm that, you'll be behind. If you don't have this, your character will be worse. It's just like, in Path of Exile, thankfully, you don't have like this pressure for dailies and weekly missions and stuff like that. It just doesn't exist, and you do everything in your own tempo. So why the hell do you have to put this false pressure on yourself? The game is designed to do whatever the hell you want, how you want it, efficient or inefficient, but enjoy doing what you enjoy to do. If you enjoy farming fucking, what's it called, catalysts, I don't know, if it's your thing, you want to farm Tane's laboratory, you want to do that, do that. Is it worse than probably farming cemeteries and crimson temples? Fuck yes. It's definitely worse. Is it consistent profit or whatever? Are you profiting? Are you enjoying it because you enjoy killing those mobs and doing it? Then do it. Play the game how you want to play the game. Like, just enjoy sitting in front of the game. Enjoy upgrading your build. Enjoy the process. Don't get this div per hour in your head, like saying, oh, okay, I can't farm Tane's laboratory and do all of these things because, well, it's just not as efficient as that, so I have to force myself to do things. Once you start forcing yourself to do things, like, this is where you see that something is wrong. I, for example, forced myself into doing the Shaper and Elder Guardians. There's a video that will be linked here as well. But in that time, I'm just saying that the only reason I pressured myself into finishing that was my goal was not div per hour, not how much I can do, how much I can make. I was just farming, having fun in the process, and the little bit of pressure that I put on myself is finishing this because I wanted to make the YouTube video. Because it was content that I wanted to finish. Besides that, every other player, every other average person that hops on the game after a long day or just overall just hops in to play a game should not be focused on div per hour. Yes, there's efficiency, like I mentioned before. There's a difference between forcing yourself to go for the highest div per hour versus having a map stash tab done on, and having a stash tab done with maps, sextants, and scarabs and everything ready for you to efficiently take the next stack and then go again and go and reset and dump everything into a dump tab. Yes, that's efficiency. That's just like efficiently not being in your hideout and actually running the fun content you want to run. It's not about efficiency because you're forcing yourself to do a job that you don't enjoy, but the return is good. Like, how, if it applies too much pressure, if it's too straining mentally, then why do you do it? It's not like in real life where you have a job that fucking sucks. You hate it, but at least it pays the bills, gives you a roof over your head, and feeds your children. That's a little bit of a bigger dilemma. If should I change my job to a lower paying job? Can I afford it? Can I do it? Do I have enough savings? Do I have everything paid off? No. No, this doesn't apply here. It's not the same rules. Here it's, do I really need to force myself and push myself? Look, it's, if you feel like inside of your heart right now, or in your head, like you didn't even play 5 minutes. You just opened the game and you're like, I don't feel like playing PoE, but hey, I gotta keep on farming. I gotta keep the grind. No. Nobody is forcing you. Remember that. And listen to what your body is saying. If you are tired, if you are exhausted of doing a certain process, then it's not discipline, it's not consistency because every day you hop on the game for 6 hours and farm a 20 div per hour strat. No, that's not consistency, that's not discipline. It's mentally straining. And one day, you'll feel like you don't want to open the game anymore. And tell me what's better, taking a day or two of a break? Or whenever you see PoE, you want to vomit and just not open the game anymore and you take a 2-league break. I mean, I'd prefer a couple of days. I enjoy the game. It's a game that's amazing in the way it is. But what else do people really need? Like, this incentive of div per hour is draining players. And it's making them quit leagues. It's making them leave things because it just applies to every other thing. And then things that people enjoy sometimes get nerfed or whatever, but that's a completely different topic, because most people just do the, you know, cheap theory where whatever it is, it is. Look at the economy right now. It's so overinflated because everybody's running Sanctums and Crimson Temples for apothecaries, right? So now this League and Ancestor, we're just feeling like everything is inflated and the price are consistently inflated. It just like completely changed the market because everybody's consistently doing div per hour strats or whatever. If by chance you feel like it's really amazing, like a strategy that you really like, but you don't, I mean, it's a strategy that makes a lot of money but you don't enjoy, then you have to decide if you really want to do it or if you don't. It depends on how long, how many maps, of course, everything. This is, you know, a couple maps left and to finish it, right? But still, like, for example, when I was farming the Elder and Shaper Guardian maps, it wasn't that many maps. 36 sets, I mean 72 sets. That's a lot of maps to do, but it was very monotonous, right? And I didn't feel like doing it anymore, because it was just the same thing over and over, and I just felt like I have to change the strategy. And especially the Elder Guardian and Chimera, when fighting those bosses, the Elder Guardians have 3 phases. That always takes a couple of seconds of you just standing there eating popcorn, waiting for him to phase into another phase, until you kill him, because you have enough DPS to one-shot the motherfucker, but instead you have to still wait the 3 phases that actually take much more time than you actually killing him. And then the portal needs to open. So, you know, you do the map shorter than the phases and everything else anyways, and you have to do that 36 times, right? At least for what I was farming. But still, in the end, I felt like this was a little bit overwhelming, and I only finished it in order to finish it for content for that reason. But other than that, I think after doing the 36 sets of Elder Guardians, when I said, alright, I'm going to do this as a challenge, I would not touch the Shaper maps. And I didn't. I actually didn't touch the Shaper maps for 2 days at least. Like, I took a 2-day break from farming the maps because I had just had enough. It was just, I had to change some things up, and I did. And that made me return, finish the maps, and I felt better about it because I went back into the content. Did it make me a lot of profit, and was I really happy about it? Yes. But did I really want to farm it more because it was just a lot of profit? Actually, no. It was just draining. It was just too much. And I think this is something that a lot of people need to realize. I think this is something that a lot of people need to understand, that div per hour does not equal fun gameplay. Div per hour does not equal fun gameplay, not always. Div per hour usually consists of a draining strategy that is pushed to the min-max of things in order to, you know, push the limits of how much profit you can get. This is not the whole point of why we are playing games. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason we play games. We sit down to relax, to have fun, to make the game exciting for us. I don't know. It's just the psychology of it, and I think it's completely baffling when I see comments on people's videos. How much div per hour? How much div per hour? Why don't I understand? Yes, you can judge the strategy of how efficient it is. But farm whatever you want. There's so many league mechanics. Hell, farm ritual if you like it. Even though it was nerfed to the ground, it's still profitable. Is it something you enjoy? Is it something you make money on? Is it something that you feel like you want to open the game and say, hey, I want to do another 50 maps of ritual and farm the hell out of it? If you have that motivation, fucking do it. Don't look for other strategies if you don't need to. This is the main conclusion I have. Like, don't force yourself to go for these strategies that are insane div per hour if your goal is to relax, enjoy the game, and farm something you enjoy. I've done hundreds of Blight maps because it was the strategy that I enjoyed. Was it the most profitable at the time? Hell no. A lot of people were telling me, what the hell are you doing? Why are you farming that? I was like, I like it. I liked it. Is it a weird strategy that people usually don't enjoy? Yeah. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. Did I stop enjoying it by a while? Yeah. I started farming Harvest and other stuff. And Harbinger. Then I didn't like Harbinger. So I went and created a Boss Rush character, which I completely sold after a couple of maps because I felt like I don't enjoy the thing. Did I want to try it out? Yeah. I tried it out. I did it. I was like, I'm not enjoying this. Then don't fucking push yourself. Is it a good strategy and makes a lot of money? Yes. Did I like it? No. Did I play it further on? No. We test things, we play things. There's so much variety in PoE that you should be able to choose a build that you enjoy, that you should be able to choose a mechanic that you enjoy to farm, and that you should be able to grow your build and feel progress. That is the main idea. The whole concept of PoE is a snowball of exploring and upgrading your character and farming something you enjoy. At first, obviously, you won't be able to, when creating a new character, when starting a league, you're not going to be creating an uber league starter. Almost no league starter is able to consistently and effortlessly clear ubers, right? So first you need to kind of scale up your gear, you need to scale up your levels, you need to scale up your play style, you need to do that, you need to learn the build, you need to feel that you are efficient with it, and that's the snowball effect, right? Then you start farming easy things, essences, maybe some Harby, maybe stuff like that. And then you get maybe a headhunter, then you farm Legion, then you farm maybe some delirium and stuff like that. And then you got Mageblood, then you can farm 100% delirium, then you can do Crimson Temples, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. You get the point. It's a snowball effect of things that we enjoy. It's a snowball effect of things that we want to do. And whatever the hell you want to do, I can't stress this enough, enjoy the game. Don't force yourself into doing things you don't enjoy just because other people are pressuring you or you feel pressured into doing it. That is not the point. And I think this is just something that people don't talk enough about. I think this is something that it's just too stressed about upon the community, and I don't know, these were just my thoughts. Please let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? What are some points that you would like to talk about? What are some things? I have ADHD. I completely spoke about this topic chaotically and went back and forth with 5 fucking different things. I'm sorry about that, but this is just like I said, raw general thoughts about what I have about the game regarding with my experience and what I see around me. Alright, that's it. Alright, thank you guys for listening. And that's it. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a good day. Please tell me what you think. Alright, bye. I love you all and appreciate you all listening. See you.